Hey, good morning, guys. Once again, it is I, the chairman. I'm bringing you an update on physical media that I have either recently acquired or started watching. And not a lot this time, but I did want to go over a couple things. Um, just started watching through Maniac Cop and Frankenhooker, which I had recently gotten from Arrow UK. And started watching Maniac Cop first. Actually, it's interesting. It has a pretty decent cast. It has Tom Atkins, who we've seen before. I think he was in Lethal Weapon, and then he has the police commissioner is the guy who played the sergeant in RoboCop, the black guy. So I don't remember his name, but I just noticed that he was in there, and Bruce Campbell's also in this film as well. And then I put on Frankenhooker, and it was then when I realized that both of these films are produced by James Glickenhaus. Now, he may not be a name that's recognized a lot now, but he was a writer, a director, producer, produced a number of cult-type genre films. And the reason why I know of his name is because I was into cars and racing before, and him being a rich guy, he owned lots of Ferraris and classic exotic cars. He decided he wanted to get into the actual car building business, and he had a Ferrari Enzo, I believe it was a Ferrari Enzo, that he went and actually got converted into his own car. So the engine, the chassis, the internals of the car are the same, but then they put a new body on top, and it became a new car. And that's kind of like harkening back to the old days where rich guys who would own Ferraris, they would go to custom coach builders like Pininfarina and basically get their cars customized so that it was their own and it wasn't just like any other car that you see on the street. So that was interesting because then I kind of was thinking, okay, well, this kind of explains why these films are on Arrow and why specifically Maniac Cop is not on Blue Underground, which is director William Lustig's own company, and he has Maniac Cop 2 and Maniac, which he also directed. It's probably because this film, the film rights are owned by Glickenhaus's company, SG Enterprise, and SG Entertainment, and in the UK they were sold to Arrow, and in the US they were sold to Synapse back when, and therefore that's why Maniac Cop 1 is on Synapse here in the US, but Maniac Cop 2 is on Blue Underground. So I just found that interesting. And also what's interesting is that Frankenhooker is directed by Frank Henenlotter. Coincidence there. He also directed the Basket Case trilogy and also Brain Damage. And Brain Damage is also on Arrow. I was trying to see if Glickenhaus's other films were also on Arrow, and it doesn't appear to be. So it must have just been a deal where he sold these two to Arrow. But anyway, so I also got in. I was posting on Facebook that I just randomly one day went to Amazon just to see what kind of deals they had, and they had Conan, The Complete Quest. Obviously Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, and this one was on sale for like $14, I think. And also got, while I was at it, Excalibur for $7. No, I'm sorry, this is for $9. And Krull from $7. And actually, I didn't realize that this is actually put out by Mill Creek. Although, one word of warning, there are no subtitles on here, which still kind of annoys me that there are films that don't have subtitles. But, what do you expect for, like, relatively cheap films that get put out like that? So, that's what I've been watching. And one thing I did want to do was, because Omar's been asking me about it, I want to give a tour of my collection. Yeah, things are still not like super organized, but up here I'm trying to start from the 80s and going down. So I have Your Name, Harry Potter, and then, so this is my Marvel section. And then I get down to DC and Disney. And so Mission Impossible, Martin Scorsese, kind of a Zack Snyder area. Ridley Scott, John McTiernan. I organize these either by subject or by something that connects the films. So either a director or the subject. So this is my kaiju section. James Bond, I don't have a lot. James Cameron. This is like my Spielberg section. Nolan, Tarantino, Coppola, Star Trek down here. I got my Godzilla Criterion Collection. This is the King Kong Peter Jackson Production Diaries. DVDs that I didn't have anywhere else to put. These are my records that I've bought. I'm just using these guys as bookmarks here. A little bit of a Studio Ghibli area here. And so I move over here, and there's a little bit of a Clint Eastwood area. A Clint Eastwood slash Sergio Leone area, I should say. Lord of the Rings area. Kind of a Peter Jackson area. Planet of the Apes. A little bit of a Matt Reeves area. David Cronenberg. And then the rest here are just in alphabetical order. More alphabetical order. Shout area. Shout, and then what the heck were these called? Oh, Shameless films. Yeah. Eureka. 88. My Arrows. Criterion Collection. These are Mondo's. Severin. Synapse. And just a little bit of a Guillermo del Toro section. More Arrow. And this is my new case here. So it's going alphabetically, but Warner Media, Little Universal, Hitchcock Classic Monsters. Kind of a Stanley Kubrick section there. And things just going alphabetically. And the rest here, these just go alphabetically. And then Blue Underground, Transformers. And most of my new stuff I put down here. So that's pretty much that with my collection, and I still need to do a little reorganizing, but hopefully things are coming together. So yeah, I will check in with you guys later then.